It is the harsh reality that we're all going to die one day. None of us will live forever. We're not merely physical beings. We have a soul which cannot be destroyed but lives on forever. In the afterlife, where we all will eventually go, there are two destinations. You may have heard of them. They are called heaven and hell. Heaven is not a cloud full of singing angels. It is a place where we fully dwell in God's presence, kingdom, and peace forever. Hell is not a place where demons rule, but is eternal separation from God's presence. The Bible teaches us that God is love. God is the comforter. God is peace. And if hell is separation from God, there cannot be love, comfort, or peace. Only misery and sorrow, agony and pain. The only reason, even in unbelief, we can experience these attributes of God on earth is because God causes His rain to fall on the just and on the unjust, and His sun to shine on the just and on the unjust. Because here on earth, we have a choice to make. So we experience both the misery and the joy. In the afterlife, the choice has been made, where you will fully experience one or the other. God never threatens us with hell. He lovingly warns us. It is a difference between threatening someone with choose this or this will happen, and warning them saying, I warn you, if you do not choose this, then this will evidently happen. You see, either God can deliver you from hell, or you can try to deliver yourself. See if you are a strong enough God to create your own reality. The chances are you're not. If we reject God and get eternally separated, we lose access to God's gifts. You can't have God's gifts, His goodness, mercy, love, joy, and comfort and pleasure without God. And you can't have God without His gifts. They go together. Many people say that they would rather rule in hell than serve God in heaven. It's like, yeah, see how that works out for you. It's not a thing about being smug, it's just a thing about you need to consider what these two realities are and what the Bible teaches about them. We have a choice in this life. We choose in this life where we will be in the second. Hebrews 9:27. And just as it is appointed for man to die once, and after that comes judgment, so Christ, having been offered once to bear the sins of many, will appear a second time, not to deal with sin, but to save those who are eagerly waiting for Him. I'm not saying that you have to be afraid and have to fear hell. You don't have to fear hell when you accept and choose and are in the arms of the loving God. Don't choose God just because you want to stay out of hell. Don't choose God and serve Him as a free ticket into heaven. Serve God because you love Him, out of a relationship with Him. God truly is worth everything. Hell isn't worth your soul. Hell doesn't deserve you. In Luke chapter 16, there is a parable that Jesus tells about the rich man and Lazarus. Now the rich man had status. He was a religious man, a Jew. He had a nice house, lots of money. And Lazarus was a poor beggar who sat outside his gates and had nothing and desired even the crumbs that fell from the rich man's table. They both died. The rich man was sent to hell and Lazarus to heaven, to paradise. And the rich man asks of Abraham, who is comforting Lazarus in heaven, send me so that I can warn my brothers of this terrible place. But Abraham says the following: they have Moses and the prophets. Let them hear them. But the rich man says, no, Father Abraham. If someone goes to them from the dead, they will repent. But Abraham says, if they do not hear Moses and the prophets, neither will they be convinced if someone should rise from the dead. Basically, fear won't work. You can't fearmonger someone into heaven. You can warn them about the dangers of hell, but ultimately, it's about a loving relationship with God that saves you from hell. The thing about heaven and hell is you can choose whom you will serve. You don't have to serve God, but you can't deliver yourselves from the flames of hell. C.S. Lewis says, "There are only two kinds of people in the end. Those who say to God, 'Thy will be done,' and those to whom God says in the end, 'Thy will be done.' All that are in hell choose it. Without the self-choice, there could be no hell. No soul that seriously and constantly desires joy will ever miss it. Those who seek find. Those who knock, it is opened. Truly, truly, I say to you, he who does not enter the sheepfold by the door, but climbs in another way, that man is a thief and a robber. But he who enters by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the gatekeeper opens. The sheep hear his voice, and he calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. The thief comes only to steal and to kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep."